Hey guys, my name is Lapis, or you can call me Larry, and welcome to my video. Today I'm providing advanced hints on how to play Sombra. Please keep in mind that I am mid to low gold, so obviously some gameplay may be different compared to higher or lower ranks. Uh, that being said, let's get into it. My first tip is mind your hacks. This is going off of my and other players' experience when I watch them to play Sombra, what I mean. Uh, So, what I mean about watching your hacks is make sure you're hacking the right person or player or object you want to hack. For instance, if you're trying to hack Torbjorn's turret, Torbjorn typically does move a lot while he is shooting into your enemy team, and sometimes he will jump right between you and the Torbjorn turret, uh, and then you'll just hack the Torbjorn instead of the turret. So just keep in mind what you're hacking and try not to uh, I can't think of the words. Uh, but we'll skip that for now. Another thing is make sure you're hacking key targets. Um, what I mean by key targets is just players that would well, enemy heroes that are troublesome to your team. In some of my videos or in my one of my live streams, I mentioned this. One of the key things for Sombra is just to deal with troublesome heroes for your for the enemy team. For instance, during the Mayhem uh, arcade mode, the troublesome players heroes would be Zarya, Mei, and I think Mercy is also considered one. So you want to hack those three, but during a competitive match, say you're attacking, because this does commonly happen a lot, and you are going against a Bastion Reinhardt and a Mercy combo. Typically, what you want to do is EMP them, because those are personally my three uh, hack targets. Bastion mainly because he dwindles down Reinhardt's shield pretty hard. Same with Orisa shields. Reinhardt, so that way my teammates can target the Bastion or the Reinhardt, and Mercy, so that way they don't get rezzed. So, in my opinion, just make sure you're hacking key uh, heroes, also health packs. I've seen multiple Sombras, and I cannot stress this enough. Multiple Sombras hacking just random health packs to draw out uh, a payload map, and they're nowhere near a payload. They're not even close to a payload. They're almost into the enemy spawn, hacking these health packs, but your teammates aren't going to go over there and use them, so that way you don't get any ult charge. So there's no purpose in really hacking them other than just to prevent the enemy to heal. My next tip, and this goes for all heroes, is to communicate. Sombra has a really key ability and a really key ultimate just to help set up these massive team wipes and or not really set up, but just to help your teammates push on through. So in a what is it? In a simple word, just communicate. Tell them who's hacked. Tell them whose abilities are down. So simply put, you can actually just say Reinhardt's hacked, and your team probably and most likely will target the Reinhardt. So that way they don't have to deal with the Reinhardt for I don't know the rest until he spawns back. They know they have 5 to 6 seconds to deal with that. Same thing with Bastion and Mercy. My favorite thing to do is to hack the bash and tell them they're hacked, and once my hack comes back off of cooldown, immediately hack the Mercy if she hasn't rezzed or tried to fly away. Mainly because of that is that way me and my friend who's a Genji, you know who you are, I know you're a subscriber, but he will join me in this hope to take out this Mercy before she comes in and solo reses the Bastion. We've met so many people that does do it. It's so annoying. Also, communicating that your ultimate is ready. This goes a really far way. So what this does, it really I wish I had a gameplay to shove right into this just to show you, but even just saying, "Hey, my ultimate's ready" with the shadow talk, I believe is what people call it. I'm sorry, I'm just lost the words for today. Um, with the communication wheel, just go down and then you say, "My ultimate's ready" or something like that. That will actually prompt people to tell you that their ultimate's ready. See, even if they're not in team chat, that's probably the best way of putting it. And it works probably better than just pulling it up to see whose ultimates are ready. In one clip, I actually count down to when I ultimate. My team slowly pushes in. I'm just like, just tell me when your shield's about to break. I'll go in and ultimate. So my Reinhardt just pushes in on Temple Anubis, the second point, just pushing in through mid. And he goes, "My shield's about to break. My shield's about to break." I toss in my translocator ultimate, and we just got a team wipe. And man, because our Reinhardt ulted, and our other heroes came in, cleaned up. So, communication is key while playing Sombra. Now, my next tip might be a little controversial, but it is a true thing to say. With this is recognize your opportunity. So, that being said, typically what I see Sombras not really recognizing their opportunity, but when a diva goes in, pushes this, well, tries to solo this you or Sombra, well, me or Sombra, another Sombra on the team. What happens is I see this Sombra just either just shoot into him, and then once Diva pops the defense matrix, they run away. If you look into what I do, when that Diva pops that defense matrix, I know I have a split second to actually hack her, and then she cannot defense matrix or fly away for 5 seconds. At that point, and I'm usually somewhere near someone who can handle a diva when I counter a diva that charges me or challenges me is actually the right words. So once that happens, I just go diva's hacked, and then two things either happen. I either straight out die because this diva attacks me while I'm at probably mid to low health. Another thing, and this is actually pretty funny, I just completely soloed the diva. And just ends the problem with the diva. Another thing is when a Genji deflects. So many I just see Sombras shoot into the deflect. I don't know why. It's just something they're hardwired. Just hold down the trigger. Then again, I am mid gold. So that being said, as soon as you hear that deflect sound, stop shooting, try to hack them. Commonly what happens is that Genjis are not going to just drop their deflect. Um, or, dash to cancel the deflect, or melee. I think melee cancels it too. They will just keep it up for some reason, and you just crippled this Genji. Straight out. Let's see. Another one, and this one I never seen anyone take advantage of. You will see it on my live stream of the Total Mayhem. But I kept hacking the Zarya. This one is actually more tricky, but if you know that Zarya's cooldown, I think it's like 10 to 9 seconds after they pop their self bubble. You can count the seconds, and if you count it right, and then you hack them, I mean, that's your golden opportunity to hack the Zarya. This Zarya is crippled. She cannot save her team. She cannot bubble herself to save herself to a point. So it's just a really good ult, and also she's losing charge, so it's helping your team so much if you do it correctly. Ultimate. The perfect opportunity for Sombra to pop her ultimate is when the Rhine shield is up, the Bastion is set up. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other things. The Orisa setup. If the enemy team is set up, and your team is just now getting back from a lost team fight or something, or like you just seen right here, caught in a grab, you want them as defensive as possible. So the best thing to do is throw out your translocator and just pop your ultimate. You don't have time to hack someone. Chances are the Zarya will have her self bubble up when you do that, and as soon as she gets grabbed, she'll pop it. But either way, just recognize your opportunity, and you'll see that your gameplay just works out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my another tip is mind your translocator. I was going to say this is my final tip of the video, which is because I can talk so much about it. But the key thing is kind of like that. I didn't mind my translocator. I didn't mind who might have been around me to see me where I put that, or mind the fact that I tossed it out there. If you watch that in slow-mo, the Hanzo recognized that I threw my translocator over here, and if it wasn't for the Pharah to take him out, I probably would have died. Let's see. So, as for mind your translocator, what I'm saying is try your best to make sure your translocator is well hidden, or you have a hacked health pack willing to go. If you're playing that kind of Sombra, if you watch this gameplay or the gameplay before this, I don't typically do that. Let's see. But what I typically see is when Sombra does do the hack health pack translocator combo, meaning they just place their translocator near a health pack. When I play Junkrat, well, actually, whoever I'm playing, if I find that translocator, chances are I'm going to camp it. And trust me, those Sombras are mad at me afterwards. Like, in one comp game, I was playing Junkrat, and I do the mine trap combo. It's like the second insta kill combo there is. But anyways, what happened is, as soon as that Sombra came back, like she didn't even knew I was even there. As soon as she came back, she died. Like, as soon as I got the, the trap triggered, boom, she's dead. She didn't get healed up. So yeah. Another situation, and I still don't know how this happened. I placed my translocator somewhere. I can't remember where it was. I believe it was an Ike involved. I believe this was all up to luck, but also I feel it was also, this Reinhardt meant to kill me. Anyways, what happened was I placed my translocators somewhere, and I'm off fighting. And yes, this is when I was new at Sombra. As soon as I translocated back to my translocator, this Reinhardt charging at me, and I was like so amazed. Like, this is probably the best description of how astonished I was that this Reinhardt was charging at me, and there's obviously no way to go if I try to run left or right, and all my abilities were on cooldown, especially my ultimate. So there was no way I could save myself. So I was just like, well, okay. Like, I was astounded that he was even charging. He connects with me and just kills me. It's just still surprising. I feel it's luck. I feel it's skill. So it was pretty hilarious. So just quick to let you know, the best thing to do about this is probably keep your translocator with you. Only use it when you need to escape, like, really bad situations, like a May ult or a May freezing you in this case. Sometimes it does happen. You do get away. Sometimes if you haven't practiced enough, you die, kind of like now. Let's see. Also, when you're mining your translocator, what I typically do before I do translocate back, sometimes I just let my translocator just disappear. Sometimes people will camp out and sit there. Other times I see Sombras, just not knowing that someone is camping at health. What is it called? Your translocator. And they just translocate because, they don't want to waste that 1 second, and they just want that their translocator off cooldown as fast as possible. So, in my opinion, that's probably the best way of putting it. Just keeping it with you. It's okay if it does disappear. It's okay if you do miss out on that extra free second. Don't just teleport back to it just to teleport back to it. I do it sometimes, but mainly because I know my translocator is safe for me to translocate to. Okay, just some last minute tips that will be handy for each of the tips I made today. So my first tip was mind your hacks. With this, make sure you're not hacking anyone who I consider as a worthless hack. So you're probably wondering who that might be. One would be Hanzo. In case you don't know, Hanzo's arrows cannot be countered with a hack. Meaning his scatter arrow, if he has that activated already, so he has it on his bow, you cannot cancel that with a hack. The only way it would cancel is if he hasn't activated it or he's shot it and misses everything completely. So, I mean, there's no reason to stop something that already happened. Another one is Lucio. Chances are he's on the song he wants to be on, and you don't want that. So if he's healing, he's healing. The only plus size is he can't amp it up, so his healing won't be, completely killing everything. And another thing is Junkrat. Junkrat I consider as a wasted hack, mainly because the only thing you're stopping is the mine. The mine doesn't really have a short cooldown. I think it has about 8-second cooldown. Someone might correct me on the comments. But I consider it a worthless hack mainly because as soon as the mine goes off, he has it back. Or as soon as the mine is destroyed, he has it back. And you're probably thinking, oh, it's to stop the trap. The trap still works. Everything still works except for the mine. He cannot blow up the mine when he's hacked. That's the only thing. He can't toss it out either, but the only thing is he cannot explode his mine. Communication. With this, use if you do not have a mic, use the communication wheel or shadow talk. Typically, once you say your ultimate's ready with the communications wheel, if your team doesn't hear it, they can look at the bottom left-hand corner of their screen, see that your team that they have an ult up, and if your teammates have an ult as well, they will communicate back, hey, my ult's ready, let's combo. The next tip is recognize your opportunity. So in case you don't know, if you're a Sombra that cannot get past any choke, you're doing Sombra wrong. Sombra is made to go through the chokes and just completely decimate the team. Well, not really decimate, but ruin the team's plan. So the best way of doing this is as soon as you get past the choke of I can vol, and if you do have your ult, EMP the players near the I can vol choke. That will instigate your team to push in, and so that way you guys can actually take the point. And the last one, mind your translocator, is probably what I do a lot. Keep it with you. Practice getting out of sticky situations. Those are my only tips I can come up with for this advanced tip guide. Thank you for watching. Thank you for like, favorite, subscribing. If there's nothing else, have a good day. Good luck on your next competitive matches. Also, look out for me doing the same thing for my placement matches. So that way I give you an idea of what's going on in my mind. Thank you again, and goodbye.